y'all.
Hey
It's
guys.
Lauren.
It's Deshaun. How y'all doing?
Thank you so much for joining us again on another video. Of course, thank you so much to our subscribers.
Yep.
We appreciate y'all.
Yep.
And today's video is going to be about why we are putting our new house up for rent and Airbnb.
Yep.
So stay tuned.
Yep, we're gonna get into it. So yeah, we decided to list our house, obviously, for long-term rent and short-term rent. We're trying to see which one pans out first, of course, as we plan and execute our journey out of America
outside of America.
Yeah. So like we talked about, I discussed, I know Lauren wasn't on that video, I discussed that we generally made a decision to leave America for multiple reasons. And this video, we won't discuss those reasons, but if you guys are interested in those reasons and interested in the journey altogether, if you're new here, obviously, please subscribe and comment that you want to kind of see some of those videos and those talking points.
Yes.
Yeah. Other than that, yeah, we listed it on Airbnb just a couple days ago. We had our listing go live on, Zillow, Trulia, and Realtor.com. Yeah, for rent. So still got to cover overhead. That's as we're keeping the house.
And then the extra income from there, we're gonna use outside of the country because it can go long. Anywhere out there. So
yeah. So obviously, how we're pricing it, and with the right tenant situation, obviously we're trying to live off the cash flow. While overhead is covered. And a place outside the country will go longer living with cash flow, living off of cash flow than here. So that's part of the intent, along with other things that we're working on to establish, obviously, monthly income. But yeah, we listed it on Airbnb. So I mean, as you guys, if you guys saw some of the older videos,
yes,
we bought our house recently. Like now it's 3 months ago, almost 3 months ago. And now we're listing it. It's May now. We've been deciding on when we were gonna kind of make that move.
Yeah.
We talked about a year from now, 2 years from now, even a couple months. Yeah. Our goal is to be flying out, going into the fall, but most likely before the end of the year.
Probably. Yeah. Say before the end of the year, definitely.
As we continue to plot and plan and see what's best for both of us, and our kids, then we'll make that move, and obviously let you guys know as you guys are part of the journey. So yeah, so more to come on those locations, but yeah, bittersweet, kind of how everything is lining up. This would be the best time to make this move. For a lot of reasons. That's obviously unbeknownst to you guys for now, but it's the best time. And yes, we just got this house.
It's such a beautiful house.
Yeah.
So having to part ways with it is more harder for me than it is for him, because this is my dream house that I've always wanted, but I have to I gotta be able to accept change, and change that's gonna be better for our health and our finances. I can't say no to that.
True.
No matter how much I love a house, so.
Right. So obviously there's pros and cons with moving. No matter if you're just moving down the road or on the other side of the world, there's pros and cons. And that's what we've weighed out, the pros and cons. And for us, there is more pros. One of the biggest cons is not being able to be in the house we just bought.
We're gonna do it, y'all. We still own the house. We just gonna have somebody renting it out, so. We always have a place to come back and stay if we need one.
True. So speaking of somebody renting it out, our goal is long-term rent, of course. It's obviously more stable, and it's more conducive to us not having to worry about overhead. But the short-term rent will be something that's secondary, or would be more of a pro, because you can get paid more up front. Especially if people are doing longer stays, where we would be good for a couple months. So we're optioning both and seeing which one kind of pans out first. You know, as we still are kind of getting our documents together and lining up certain things as far as income goes to leaving the States.
Yes.
So
this is why we got the kids these passports. Because
yeah, timing. I know.
We want to travel.
True, right.
I want to travel and find out our new home.
Yeah. Yeah, or new places we could call home that we could like, we could like go back and forth. Yeah, you know, that's kind of how we're looking to maneuver. Cause travel, like, you know, you could travel and be somewhere for a year or two, even 5 years, and then pivot, and then leave. Whether it's coming back to where you are, if it's in the States or a different country, or going to a new country, like traveling can be a long-term thing, but you could go to different places and live there, like set up shop, rent something, and there's people who buy, you know, set up like schooling and favorite places you want to eat, and all that, but then leave, because ultimately a lot of places outside of the U.S. Kind of move the same way. The infrastructure is built synonymously in different parts of the country, but the U.S. is kind of different. So that flexibility is what we're looking for.
Yes.
Our kids is young, and it's something that we want to get them accustomed to, because that was always the plan for us. I guess one of the reasons I will name is we got kind of, we've always been interested in traveling. So we take vacations, whether it's in a different state or outside the country, and it's like, well, let's just, you know, do this more long term, where we're living outside of the place we've been living for, you know, 30 plus years, and make just new places, multiple places, our home. We just think that's just kind of the best way to live, at least for now, for us, just because the world is so big.
No, I believe our kids deserve to be able to experience it.
Yeah.
And living in America, where everything costs so much.
Yeah, so much.
It's harder
it's getting worse.
Yeah, it's harder to experience the world.
Right.
If you have to pay these bills here in America.
Right,
so,
exactly.
That's how we just came to this conclusion that we have to, like, we got to get somebody else to pay our mortgage.
Right.
So we would be able to experience life the way we want to.
Right.
You know?
And there's people, it's a win-win. There's people who run businesses remotely. There's people who own businesses. There's people with bigger families than us that can take more advantage of a home that we have than we can. So I mean, it could be a win-win situation. Hopefully it will be a win-win situation. You know, to where we have somebody or multiple people if we go the Airbnb route, you know, long term. So
I need to do a segue real quick. Put in the comments if y'all would homeschool your kids if you were to do something like this.
Yeah.
I want to know what you all would do. If you have children, are they being homeschooled, or are you going to look for an alternative option, like taking your kids to, I guess, a school in one of these countries?
Okay.
Or a country outside of the U.S.
Yeah. What medium is better? Really, you asking, like?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I just want to know.
Yep.
Opinions, please.
Yep. But yeah, we're looking to see our options, and you know, just move forward with somebody that would seem fit enough. You know, obviously professional enough and respectable enough to just keep our home, you know, in decent condition.
Yes.
It's not about just paying us. Like, you guys have to keep the home neat and clean, you know, and its property. So that's kind of our biggest, I won't say fear, but it's some anxiety. Like points for us, like, you know, just getting that secured. Luckily, like with our first house, our tenant situation is going very, very well.
Yeah.
So knock on wood,
great.
But it's been going very, very well, and we hope that whether we do short term with Airbnb or long term, our second house does the same.
Have the same success.
Yeah, exactly. Just a lot of stress. there's always stress when it's involved paying something, or looking for something to be paid, especially when you have to pay something like in a short or specific, amount of time. So when things is covered like bills, you could breathe a little more easy, and especially if bills are covered month to month, there's a lot of more breathing room,
Yes.
So that's where we're at.
So now another question: is there anybody who does Airbnb their home?
Right.
Because I have a lot of questions about Airbnb. We already know more about the renting out your house for a long term.
Right.
But do you have real success with Airbnb?
Yeah. Yep.
Comments, please.
Yeah.
Of your experiences.
Yeah, let us know. Let us know, please.
We're just trying to see which one would probably be the better long-term option.
Yeah.
So, yes, any advice is great.
And it's ultimately, it's going to be, our move is predicated off of the direction of long-term or short-term rent. Our goal is to get our expenses covered with owning our home. But ultimately, it's traffic. If more traffic is leaning towards long-term rent, that's where we're going to go to. Vice versa, if it's leaning towards short-term rent, that's our best option at the time.
Yeah.
So speaking of, if you guys or know anybody who is interested in the Airbnb situation, then we have a link to our Airbnb. So gotta check it out. Don't know if we're talking to somebody who's looking to move in the area we're in, or to visit. So yeah, feel free to check it out.
We'll have that. It's a beautiful home, so
yeah.
It'll be a good stay.
Yep. See how things turn out, and we'll keep you guys kind of abreast on how things are going, and when we take our flight, and it's gonna be.
Yes. Oh man, when we buy those tickets.
Yeah.
Then it's gonna be real.
Right. Yeah. Then it'll be real. So we'll be kind of turned up more on this side of journaling, right? Vlogging, as you guys say.
Let us know if there's anything specific that you want us to post. I already said to my husband that we're going to be doing more videos watching us, where we're going to eat, what we're eating. So,
yeah, what we're doing.
Definitely into the foodie videos.
Yeah.
If y'all like that, subscribe, like, and comment.
Yeah. I noticed we had 5 new subscribers since.
Thank you.
Yeah, since last video, which is big for us. It's not 0 still. We just want to keep that traction and give you guys some real life entertainment or life lessons, right?
Yeah. So it's only good from here, y'all.
Yeah. Yep. So we're gonna keep working at it. So until next video, like Lauren said, please, I'll put the subscription button here. And we'll see you next time. Peace.